Though Kate Middleton won't be attending this year's Trooping the Color due to her recent cancer diagnosis, it's hard to forget how many times she's blown minds with her outfits in the past. 2011 marked the first time Kate attended Trooping the Color. The newly minted royal married Prince William just weeks before the event, making it one of the very first public appearances for the duo as a married couple. The princess stunned at the birthday party in an ivory double-breasted jacket, well-tailored, and paired with an eye-catching black hat reportedly designed by Vivian Sheriff. Underneath the hat, Kate let her brown locks cascade as curls, offering a particularly striking contrast to the light jacket. She stayed busy the entire day. After Trooping the Color, the then Duchess of Cambridge met with her sister Pippa to attend the wedding of Sam Whaley Cohen and his bride Annabelle Boleyn. She proved her hat was versatile by wearing it to the wedding that evening, changing from her jacket ensemble to a black and white dress. Kate is subject to scrutiny everywhere she goes, and she's careful to avoid needless criticism by paying close attention to what she wears at annual events. For example, since she wore ivory to Trooping the Color in 2011, she switched things up for the second time attending the celebration. In 2012, Catherine wore a custom baby blue Erdem ensemble, replete with a matching fascinator. While she was sure not to repeat an outfit, Queen Elizabeth II wore the same bright yellow Angela Kelly dress that she donned for Kate and William's wedding the previous year. Although the royal family doesn't typically re-wear outfits to the same event, they are known to recycle some of their favorites for other occasions. Queen Elizabeth was likely a little preoccupied just before the 2012 Trooping the Color as her husband Prince Philip was recovering from a recent hospitalization for a bladder infection. If there's one thing the royal family has mastered, it's timing. Just when it seems things are becoming stagnant for the Windsors, someone does something that revives public interest. When the excitement over Kate and William's marriage died down, the couple announced they were expecting their first child.
Kate's husband, Prince William, and the rest of the royal family are said to be delighted by the news.
Royal author Robert Lacey told ABC News, "The British public and indeed the whole world will be delighted for the same. It keeps the monarchy going. The royal wedding brought a magic back to the monarchy, and people are fascinated by William and Catherine." After the pregnancy announcement, fans around the world were eager to see what chic maternity attire Kate would sport, and they weren't disappointed. The princess capped her public appearances while pregnant at the 2013 Trooping the Color. For the event, she wore a pale pink Alexander McQueen jacket and a matching hat. The jacket featured large pearl buttons, which the royal matched with a pair of drop pearl earrings. A month later, Catherine gave birth to her firstborn, Prince George, and just days after that, she made another fashion statement by wearing a simple blue polka dot dress to present the future monarch to the world. Kate has a long-standing relationship with the British design house Alexander McQueen. Many of her most famous looks have been McQueen, including her wedding dress, which was designed by Sarah Burton for Alexander McQueen. Being asked to design the princess's wedding dress was a major honor, and Burton took the assignment so seriously that she even refrained from telling her mother about it until the public knew. She told the Daily Mail, "Even my mum called me and asked me, 'You would tell me, wouldn't you?'" Kate's affinity for McQueen's fashion has never waned, as she's donned the designer on multiple important occasions since her wedding. In 2014, the Duchess wore another striking Alexander McQueen look for Trooping the Color. Her ensemble was a gray two-piece set featuring a jacket with clasps along the front and a skirt, which she paired with a matching hat and drop earrings. Onlookers were curious to learn whether there would be a Prince George sighting that year.
And of course, as we see the first carriage here, the Duchess of Cambridge, we're thinking of this time last year, tremendous excitement at the prospect of a royal birth.
However, since the future monarch had not yet turned one, Kate and William chose to keep him at home for the event. Mothers are often expected to resume regular activities quite soon after giving birth, and the same is expected of royalty. 6 weeks after welcoming her second child, Princess Charlotte, Kate was back in the swing of royal duties at the Trooping the Color. During her first public appearance after birthing a daughter, she sported a blue coat dress by Catherine Walker, surprising those familiar with her former trooping ensembles, as this one had a pattern. As is typical for the event, the Duchess wore a hat by Lock & Co. All eyes were certainly on Kate at 2015's Trooping the Color for obvious reasons, but it was another royal family member who stole the show, Prince George, since this was his first appearance at the annual event. The outfit he wore coordinated with his mother's, but its meaning was far deeper than that. On their X account, the royals posted a photo of William holding George on the balcony alongside a photo of then Prince Charles holding a young William on the balcony when he wore the same outfit. The post read, "Prince George's first appearance on the balcony wearing the same outfit his father wore at HM's birthday parade, 1984. Early on in her Trooping the Color history, Kate established a uniform for herself. One important aspect of that uniform is a hat. Hats are common accessories at many events she attends, especially the more formal events. As fashion editor Hilary Alexander told ABC News, "When it comes to a special occasion in British society, the special occasion is not complete without a hat. It's part of the social fabric. For most people, the hat is quite serious and frivolous at the same time. It completes the outfit, and it's a finishing touch." Some of Kate's best hat moments have been at Trooping the Colour, like in 2016. That year, the Duchess wore a Philip Treacy hat with a large rose applique underneath the brim. The hat made a major statement, even against her Alexander McQueen ensemble. However, Kate doesn't reserve hats for Trooping the Colour. The Duchess wears them for almost all formal events, as it's part of long-standing British etiquette. Etiquette expert Diana Mather told the BBC, "Up until the 1950s, ladies were very seldom seen without a hat, as it was not considered the thing for ladies to show their hair in public. But all that has changed, and hats are now reserved for more formal occasions." After a couple of years experimenting with her Trooping the Colour style, Kate returned to her most common ensemble choice for the event, a monochromatic look. The Duchess is a fan of monochromatic fashion, and for the 2017 Trooping the Colour, she wore a pink Alexander McQueen dress with a hat of the same hue. She accessorized with some lovely diamond earrings and carried a cream clutch. The public is always interested in what Kate wears to Trooping the Colour, and 2017 was no different. But the celebrations weren't quite as jubilant that year, as England suffered multiple tragedies the same month of the event, including 2 terrorist attacks and the Grenfell Tower fire.
Red flames and the smoke was very, very intense.
The royal family, though, was determined to carry on. Queen Elizabeth said in a statement, "Put to the test, the United Kingdom has been resolute in the face of adversity. United in our sadness, we are equally determined, without fear or favor, to support all those rebuilding lives so horribly affected by injury and loss." The year 2018 proved to be another monochromatic year for Kate at Trooping the Colour. The Duchess of Cambridge once again wore an Alexander McQueen dress, this time in an icy blue, and paired it with an even more exaggerated fascinator than she's worn to the event in the past. Like usual, she kept her jewelry choices simple and elegant, pairing a necklace and earrings with her stunning sapphire engagement ring. The 2018 Trooping the Colour was memorable for the royal family, as it was the first time Meghan Markle attended the event. Meghan's presence made the event stand out for the public, too, as it was the first time in many years that 2 prominent young, stylish duchesses were at Trooping the Colour. Fashion fans were particularly excited to see what Meghan would wear. The Duchess of Sussex donned a peach dress made by Carolina Herrera, surprising some with her understated color choice, though wearing muted tones became her signature look throughout her time in the firm. Years later, on the Netflix series Harry and Meghan, the former senior royal gave more insight into her wardrobe choices. She said,
"So I wore a lot of muted tones, but it also was so I could just blend in."
By 2019, Kate's observant fans could just about predict what the Duchess would wear to Trooping the Colour. At the very least, fashionistas could predict what designer she'd wear. In the last year of the decade, for her 9th appearance at Trooping the Colour, Kate once again wore an Alexander McQueen dress with a matching hat. While the hat and shape of the dress were similar to garments she'd worn to Trooping the Colour in the past, the princess shook things up a bit by wearing yellow, a color she doesn't often sport. William and Kate are quite active on social media, keeping the public apprised of their recent whereabouts and family news through various platforms. In 2019, the royals took to social media to educate the public about the Trooping the Colour event. They wrote on Instagram, "If troops were to know what their regiment's colors looked like, it was necessary to display them regularly. The way in which this was done was for young officers to march in between the ranks of troops formed up in lines with the colors held high. This is the origin of the word trooping. So what today is a great tradition began life as a vital and practical parade designed to aid unit recognition before a battle commenced." The Wales family likely didn't predict in 2019 that it would be their last Trooping the Colour for a few more years. In 2020, of course, the world was rocked by the COVID-19 pandemic, leading to the cancellation or alteration of most public events.
Now is the time for everyone to stop non-essential contact with others.
Though Trooping the Colour was held in 2020 and 2021, it looked much different than usual, with far fewer people in attendance and less fanfare. Another major difference was that William and Kate didn't join the Queen for Trooping the Colour events for both years during the pandemic, meaning the public was deprived of a classic Kate fashion moment for 2 years. Kate's absence in 2020 and 2021 made her return in 2022 that much more triumphant. The Duchess wore 2 of her favorite designers that year, a dress by Alexander McQueen and a hat by Philip Philip Tracy and accessorized with loads of sapphires. Many thought the princess was giving a subtle nod to her mother-in-law, Princess Diana, given the shape of the hat and structure of the dress, as Diana had worn a similar outfit back in 1991. Furthermore, Princess Catherine paid homage to Princess Diana by wearing her diamond and sapphire earrings. Just as Kate and William likely didn't leave the 2019 Trooping the Color thinking they wouldn't attend again until 2022, they likely didn't leave the 2022 event thinking it would be the final time they'd attend with Queen Elizabeth. In September of that year, the longest reigning monarch in the United Kingdom's history died at age 96, making the 2022 Trooping the Color her last. Queen Elizabeth's death cast a tinge of sadness on the 2023 event, but a change in command also made for some excitement. King Charles III and Queen Camilla attended the event for the first time, and William and Kate attended for the first time as the Prince and Princess of Wales. As the newly minted Wales family matriarch, Kate wore a green Andrew Ginn outfit, which she paired with a hat by Philip Tracy and sapphire jewelry. While the jewelry was another nod to Princess Diana, Kate's choice to wear green was reportedly a nod to the Irish Guards. In December 2022, Catherine became the Irish Guards honorary colonel.